Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM22. It's career mode. This is episode number 10 into the double digits. Finally, took a little longer than expected, of course, with that week off, but we're still in good shape. We are in fantastic shape, actually, here in season number 2, as we are getting some really solid results, even after the surprise jump to Continental Pro in this second year. 31k to go. Not very many riders off the back, but Peloton is one of them. This is one of our all 50s. You can see his only ratings above a 50 is Downhill 52 and Barrador 52. He is last place on the road, but he's not the only one back here. You got to feel bad for Verger, who's actually got some quality. Few guys at the back that are pretty weak are going to struggle, and you can see Dugars is also struggling pretty far back, starting to fall off. We're going to have to refit what we're doing. Noble almost done, and you can see that that is not one but two but three but no, four support riders that are of the weaker variety. So we are going to have to switch now to Verdijk in support. Nichols will have to probably switch to supporting unless he is better than Steininger. Boy, hard to say. I think Mikkels is going to be better off than Steininger with that +5 race day condition. We do have Mikkels. We do have Pithy here on race day condition bonuses. Also Noble and Dugars. We set them up for this race a long time ago. Verdijk, I think, is. Peloton is. The support riders are on objectives with Fitness Peaks, as we just brought in the breakaway riders with 20k to go. They really weren't looking too good. Pace has been hot, which is why our support riders are destroyed, why there are riders out the back already. I would love for that pace to continue, but with 18k to go, I only have 4 guys, so I'm not ready to take over just yet. Pace lifting is not good for the field being in terrible shape, but there's that lift in tempo that's making this thing hard. We want to get these guys to make sure that they are keeping up. Those 6 riders just escaped. 11k to go. We are going to have to get on with it, but they're still chasing pretty hard. Not sure why Steininger suddenly thinks that he can just waltz. What the heck are you doing, buddy? Let's see how Verdijk does trying to follow, and the field's splitting. Field is splitting here, so we've got to keep pushing. That's 12 riders off the front right now. As long as there's an active pursuit, we don't have to overdo our chase. But with 6, boy, 10k just became 6 really fast. Steininger, you're up. 3.3. Still have not caught these guys. You know we're catching the 7, but there's looks like 2 attacking, and oh, those are lapped riders. Oh my gosh, 2k sprinting. Nichols sprinting. There's still 6 riders up there. All we need is a top 10, by the way, but I think we could have won this one quite easily. 4 riders are going to hang on of the 12 that got away, and so we're going to take 5th place, it looks like. Nawson just hangs on, but we do get... Sorry, Kansani hangs on, so 4, then Kansani, and then Pithy gets 6th. It's a top 10. Not the great result. That little attack late, and us not having the firepower to do the chasing, and then having to commit a little bit later to the chase, is what led to that one. If I had better support riders, we would have been able to chase, but we didn't bring the whole 18 to this one. I can't bring the 18 to every race. This was like a half-star objective, and so we had to sacrifice the fact that we only had a few good riders, and everybody else around them was really weak. And so when it came down to it, right there, that move, normally, I'm already sprint trained, keeping that under control. Those attacks don't go anywhere. Normally. This wasn't normal. I had the weaker riders. We had to rely on one rider to try to keep that group in check, and he just wasn't strong enough to do so. We beat all but one rider in the end, and he was one of the second group coming through, attacking, chasing those 4 down himself. Not a big deal though. We only needed the top 10. We got it, so objective complete, but felt like we definitely could have won that race if we had the A team. With a really light calendar, we're already pushing into May, which means the beginning of the Dossier period. I'm not going to go over all of the details of all of the guys that we're going to put dossiers out on, as it matters far more in who we actually sign. But here's some of the targets we're looking at currently this time around. We have one 4.5 star talent already, which right now the best we have on the team is 4-star guys. So Vandenberg, out of Utrecht. Vandenberg, you can see, is going to be a top-notch sprinter eventually, and is already pretty good. 75 on the sprint, 78 for the acceleration. And this is a EF education rider, just 23 years of age with the expiring contract. Looking pretty dang good. And he's fairly punchy as well. 71 on the hills, 73 on the cobbles is going to give him multi-discipline capability, which would be pretty dang helpful for us. One thing we lack in the team right now is proper climbers, and somewhat along the classics line. So Vandenberg kind of helps with the classics part. Beno is somebody who's got the climbing. He's got a 73 mountain already, and you can see he's got pretty good potential in both disciplines. Likewise, Arietta is somebody who's already decent with 74 mountain, 75 hills, and has pretty good potential in both areas. Decent stage racer, could be a leader for us in the early part. It also helps that all 5 of these guys are from different nations and from eligible nations for us to sign for next season. I haven't gone over the fine details of what we've got, but 9 of the 10 riders that I signed are on multi-year deals. So we're looking at having those 9 back. And then we have 1 remaining rider from the original group, meaning we have 10 returning riders. So we're probably looking at wanting to sign anywhere from 7 as a minimum up to another 9 to 10 riders. So 7 to 10, this would be 5 right here, and then through the remaining dossiers we'll add in some more. All of them are already 51% or better on the interest, which makes me think we should be able to get them all towards 100%, and then we'll have, another 30 points between now and mid-July to add in quite a few additional ones. We should be able to get 4.5 star kind of guys throughout, which means we could really bolster this team quite a bit come next season and get even better, which makes me think we should comfortably be Continental Pro by next season instead of right at the end of the list like we were this year. 35K left to go, top 10 for the objective, and this is the last manageable, we can do this, we got this for a little while, and we're going to go into some big objectives that are going to be difficult climbing objectives that we just can't match up to. So kind of feel we need this one to affirm our position and make sure we get that 100%, because it's about to get tough. Breakaway down to 8 at the front and down to under a minute and 37K. So that's all kind of coming back together here in the near future, and we're going hard. Everybody's feeling it a little bit. Mickles on a -2, struggling today. Frigo, who should be the favorite, -3, so he's only 4th best today. And we're seeing a little bit of yo-yoing, which is good. It's good for our odds of seeing a break that kind of holds. Now 21K to go, so we're going to be setting ourselves up here fairly soon. the little circuit that we're on, that up, down undulation of it, and fairly skinny for this road. That's our top guy. That's our top guy with 18K. He's out. Brought down by Maroe, who's one of the favorites. So our best guy going out with one of theirs and somebody else in this too. Obama FTJ, another rider involved. That's Rudy Millard. So actually, it hurts that we lose Cube 78 today for him. I mean, you know, that's a really good rating. He's got no chance of getting back in. He is already 2 minutes behind and going 0 kilometers an hour at the moment. So we'll set him to auto. It's bad that we lose him, but that's 2 of the favorites out. And just 44 left here. And I still have a team around me that's going to be fairly competitive. Anderson needs to now work for Frigo, who's going to replace as our number 3 guy. And with 16K to go, is that your finish line? That's your finish line. So up and over, down and up, straight run in, but up and over and down and up is what we got to watch out for, as we have just, you know, 2 laps left here. 15K, 61 riders here. Cope, 2 minutes back. Tempo feels like it's lifting. Do we need to take over control here? I feel like we might need to soon. 77, Pithy 74, but Pugli has that sprint. But that final run in, right? That final run in, the up and over and then up. Maybe Pithy kind of leads that out and Pugli to the finish. That's what I'm thinking. Frigo on the hill before. Anderson looking a little bit stronger with the race day conditions. So Mikkels to start the chase. Here we go. 40 seconds to pull these guys back. That's a lot with 8 riders. But how tired are they? We've been going hard for a long time, so I'm guessing we'll claw time back pretty fast. 35, 34, already 33, almost there. Before we move on to Panamar, 25 seconds now, and 9.9K, so I think we can afford to go 96 for a little bit. There's Coop. Yeah, caught up in the back group. A minute back. No way those guys are getting back into this. There's that hill. Last time on the setup. Into the final lap. 21 second gap now. 17 second gap now. And Panamar is done. 7.7K. We've now caught up the rest of the break. So we can go, I'd say 95. That's Anderson, who you haven't seen yet. It's the first time he's raced. 70 on the sprint. He's rider for the future. 6K. Gel, and Gel. 4.5. And Anderson is done. On to Frigo. 4.2. Still 99, but not sprinting. 3.4, 3K. Okay, how are we looking on positioning? A lot of these guys are too far back. I'd say you've got to be right about here. Gregoire is about the best placed still in it. There's Arietta, who we're looking at for next season. Nairo Quintana is here. Godu, Cambao, Arez, Lachlan, Ver, and then we're in great position otherwise. You have 3 really solid guys. Okay, Frigo sprinting over the top. All right. That still looking pretty good here. We've got kind of a gap on these guys a little bit, don't we? And Prithee now to attack. Full gas. Prithee giving that lead up for Bogley. And you can see he's pulling Bogley forward. Now it's 600 meters. And we have a gap. We have a gap with 600 meters. Bogley follow a little bit longer. 500 meters. Pithy still going strong. Okay, Bogley now go finish it off. And we have opened a gap. Barely. And you've got, looks like 3-4 guys coming hard. Frigo try to sprint it out as well. We'll watch from back here for a little bit. See how hard the challengers are coming. Pithy's fading. And you got 1 or 2 guys coming for him. But Bogley, well, he's going to start to fade in a moment too. He's still got the yellow bar though to finish on. And we're going to win. We're going to win, not just top 10. And it's a 1-2. Pithy hangs on ahead of Godou. Calmajan, Gregoire is your top 5. 3 Frenchmen just behind us. Nairo Quintana comes 6th. We beat some top talents on that one. Bogley with the win. Yeah. Man, I'm feeling good right now. We are having such a awesome season here. We're waiting for the back markers who appear to be fairly new. I think that's going to just about take care of that 100%. But, like I said, we've got some big objectives. 3.5 star, 4 star objectives coming up on climbing races. The Mont Ventoux Challenge, right? That's not going to succeed. And there is going to be penalties for those. So we need these results. We're getting them, though. Punchy? Yeah, we're on that one this year. Sprints? Not all the time, but yeah, we're fairly well there, too. But punchy? Definitely happening this season. A 1-2. Great finish. Great finish. But challenges coming that are going to knock us back a peg. And then right into the signing season again, right? We're cruising right on through. End of May already. Or are we even into June now? Quick recap of where we're at right now. And another recap. 2-3 episodes ago, I mentioned that I was going on vacation. At the time that this video is releasing, it's early morning just after I got back late last night. Right now, I'm recording this still a little over a day before I've headed on vacation. So I'm right at the end of my recording schedule right now, getting this one in. But I'm just about out of time for recording here. So I'm getting squeezed on this one. And tomorrow is edit, render, post all day long to try to get this content out so that you see it. Well, anyway, right now, the team, 4 stars. 4 stars, 4 guys. We started with 2. We're now at 4. 3.5 had 1. We're now at 2. Bogley just recently leveled up. Steininger leveled up early in the season. He was the 3.5 to 4. Mikkels has gone to 3.5 earlier in the season, and Coop went from 3.5 to 4. He went from our 4th best to, or no, he went from 3 straight to 4 or something. I don't know. I think it was 3.5. But anyway, 4 guys here, 2 guys here, 4 guys at 3 star. And then the bottom group, same 3 are at that 2.5 or 2. And we had a little bit of quality, but we have age, and now it's gone. It's gone. These guys are all like 50s across the board or close to it. Ungerang, the only rider who still has a contract for next year. And yeah, he's not going to race. he will not see the light of day next year except for the Guam National Championships. Our 100% evaluation at this point, like I said, is about to get tougher. We have another race day today. This race was yesterday, so back-to-back days, 1 star. Another chance at a top 10. Pretty manageable, but here's the challenging stuff coming up. Alps Maritime, 2.5 star. Mont Ventoux, 3 star. The Occitanie, 3.5. Not easy. National Championships for France. 4 star. I don't have quality for that race. Top 10 only, yes, but I mean, we're looking at probably 4 failures in a row, and then we have another 2-star one as our last Österreich-Rundfahrt stage win objective. So there's a very good chance that we fail 5 in a row. We've only failed 2 so far this season, and I skipped the Tour of Hungary, which was a stage win. I quick simmed that, and that was my B team. That was, the holdovers from last year in that race. Anyway, but noteworthy results. That New Zealand National Championship, Pithy, holy crap, man. That is why we have the evaluation we have. Guam might be necessary. I only have 2 guys out of 6 or 5 or 4. I don't know how many there will be in the race this year, but none of them have quality, but we'll have 2 riders, so maybe we can get that result. I might have to play that one. We might have to game that system and work really hard. Otherwise, we might be losing our 100% because winning the Sedimana only got us a single plus. The 11th, oh boy, it would have been nice to get that 10th, right? That one spot. Getting that 11th only got a single plus. And none of the riders are popular enough. Pithy, growing in popularity, but none of the riders are popular. So squad eval, registered riders, we're not getting anywhere with that. It's coming down to how we race. And yes, we've done well so far. And we've had a couple successes in, a couple big ones, but the rest have all been minor. And they're about to get big again. So we could see that evaluation fall off still. It's not a done deal yet. But where we stand in the Continental rankings right now, 10 points away from first. 10 points behind Casper Pedersen and Nairo Quintana. Pithy, 3rd in the Continental rankings. But he's only just inside the top 75 when it comes to the Super Prestige. So we're still some ways off. Ineos on top of the World Tour standings, or KSM on top of the Continental. We're 4th right now in the Continental rankings. That's pretty impressive for coming in right at the very, very, very tail end of Continental Pro. Super Prestige, 25th. You know what? That is pretty good. I'm happy. 742 points already on the season, but can we keep it up? I'm guessing not so much. Classics and punchy season is what we just went through, and that's our team's strong suit. Coming up, the stage races, the big mountain stages, that's your July, your mid-June to mid-August. We're going to be awful through that part of the year. And the August through October, quick sim, pushing on, right? I don't care until we get to World Tour too much about how we necessarily perform. It's about getting the right riders to get us to World Tour. And then we want to perform. So, yeah. Our strong performance might not be sticking around for the rest of the season. But 5 wins last year, even with those gimmies, those 2 gimmies in Guam, we still only had 3. We had 1 authentic win already. 5 this year. So huge improvement. Loving how things are going. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.